Welcome to the Wealthiest, where you will learn the ins and outs about the world's elite, how they live and how they spend their accumulated wealth. Let's get started. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, a Russian politician and former intelligence officer, was born on October 7, 1952. He currently serves as Russia's president. Putin has held the positions of president or prime minister continuously since 1999, serving as president from 2000 to 2008, and since 2012, as well as serving as prime minister between 1999 to 2000, as well as from 2008 to 2012. In a 2012 election characterized by protests and accusations of fraud, he won the presidency again, and he was re-elected in 2018. He signed amendments to the Constitution into law in April 2021 after a vote, including one that would let him to run for re-election twice more, perhaps extending his term as president to 2036. Vladimir Putin is one of the wealthiest people in the world, with an estimated net worth of $70 billion. As the president and prime minister of Russia, he obviously needs to travel a lot. However, did you know that Mr. Putin is also a bit of a car enthusiast, as indicated by his fleet of presidential roadsters, which cost a staggering $192 million to develop, and his rival to Air Force One, recognized as Illusion Il-96, which is a $40 to $50 million plane. When you add up all of Putin's vehicles, they come to little around $5 billion. Today, we're going to look at what makes up Putin's presidential vehicles. So prepare for a journey befitting the Russian president by fastening your seatbelts. Putin's presidential car. Putin's brand new presidential cortege was first seen by the public during his fourth inauguration, which took place on May 7, 2018. This vehicle is nothing short of extraordinary, and it is actually just one of a whole fleet that has been under construction since 2012. There are also long-term intentions from the manufacturing business to launch a whole brand based on the excitement that has been going around since Putin came out of the doors, which cost an astounding $192 million to construct these gorgeous roadsters. Hey, we can't really blame them. After all, who wouldn't desire to ride in the same vehicle as one of the world's most powerful men? If you're considering in purchasing one, here are some statistics about Putin's cortege that you might find interesting. The 6.6-liter V12 engine that powers Putin's presidential limo weighs 6 tons and is said to have an astounding 860 horsepower. The Russian president will have access to serious speed when he wants it, thanks to a 9-speed automatic transmission that distributes power to all 4 wheels. How about this car's other important details? Although we are unsure of the precise defense capabilities on board, we do realize that this vehicle is equipped with some of the most cutting-edge defenses money can buy. Not enough? What if we informed you that it is bomb-proof? Does the knowledge that it is also bulletproof and has reinforced plate satisfy your craving for more? Pique your interest? Hey, if you're not interested yet, we're willing to bet that Elon Musk would be given that his brand new Cybertruck, which costs $49,000, will also be armored and bulletproof. However, we sincerely hope that Mr. Musk gets everything within order before the launch date, given that we all recall the infamous window shattering that occurred when he finally revealed the truck in 2019. Back to Putin's supercar. What else could we tell you? We already mentioned the $192 million spent on designing a fleet of vehicles similar to this one for Mr. Putin. But here's the kicker: the government believes that by making the models available to the public, they can recoup some of that expense. Planned vehicle releases under the RS brand include 3 different models. To be completely honest, given how closely this vehicle resembles a Rolls-Royce Ghost limousine, we believe they will be a huge success. The 3 models that will be created will be given the names of a tower in the Kremlin Fortress, the Senate Arsenal, and Commandant. However, let's talk about the cost, since, as you can understand, these vehicles aren't inexpensive. The anticipated cost of these fake Putin limos is likely to range from $95,000 to $115,000. Compare it to Biden. Right now is the time for a comparison. Let's look at everything that Joe Biden is riding. The President of the United States travels in the Beast, a $1.5 million Cadillac limousine equipped with night vision cameras, tear gas cannons, oxygen systems, automatic fire extinguisher systems, and even smoke screens. It was created by GM, weighs 20,000 pounds, and is fortified just like Putin's car. The Beast features 8 inches of impenetrable protection to protect Biden. When he travels, it has a 5-liter diesel engine. Its actual power and torque output are unknown, but its estimated fuel economy is 3 kilometers per liter. Not bad, huh? Putin's presidential planes. Here is a photo of Mr. Putin's Air Force. He owns a fleet of two 154, two 204 Yak-42 helicopters, two Airbus A319s, 8 Il-96, and two Sukhoi super aircraft. In essence, what we're attempting to imply is that Putin has access to all of the necessary aircraft for air travel, so his Il-96,300 must be his primary mode of transportation. In order to give you a better understanding of what we are dealing with, this is the closest comparison to Air Force One. The Russian government must pay $504 million for each plane in order to obtain this one for Mr. Putin. The cabin of the Il-96,300 is nothing short of amazing, but because each plane is handcrafted, there are only a few spare components accessible when they need to be replaced. It has a neoclassical interior design, famous Russian paintings on the walls, fur carpeting, and all the borders are lined with gold, so it may be said to be suited for an emperor. We bet you are not at all surprised to learn that last detail. When Mr. Putin needs to rinse off after working out, there are full showers in the bathrooms, which of course have gold-plated handlebars on. Would you expect anything less than what else does this flying house get? There is a master suite, an office, a boardroom, and even a gym on board. We are all aware that the Russian president's aircraft is extravagant, and believe it or not, the country has received some criticism for it. The aircraft has an escape pod, a full communication suite, and plenty of missile defenses. Sincerely, we don't think it's all that bad to have your president travel in style, while also users have access to a number of the best defensive abilities available, even though the Russian government has been criticized for not only how extravagant the planes are but also for how so many of them have been manufactured. You might start to believe that other nations don't invest enough in their presidential flights if you compare this aircraft to what China employs, which is merely a Boeing 747 for its VIP transport, but we'll leave you be the judge on that issue. Compared to Air Force One. Oh, and before we go, let's briefly contrast Putin's aircraft with Air Force One, now used by President Joe Biden, who is likely the most famous pilot to have ever flown. Look at this. Air Force One has to be upgraded. The now outdated model, which were originally operated by President George H.W. Bush back in the early 1990s, will be replaced by the new Boeing 747-8i aircraft. Yes, we would agree that an upgrade is necessary. How much money has the US invested in this upgrade? $5.3 billion. Now that we're talking about the United States, you probably already know how they feel about spending money on the military. If not, you should know that in 2020, they spent $778 billion on it. We're not at all astonished that so much was put into the president's jet, and that concludes our film. If you liked it, please click the like button. It greatly aids our cause. Additionally, if you have not already, click subscribe to get notified when one of our films is posted. We'll see you again soon right here on The Wealthiest. Thank you.